It's a pleasant morning here at Broadcasting House. Hello and welcome to Sports Update live on TV. I am Frances Barnard. Coming up in this edition of the program, controversy looms Leon Stars delegation ahead of friendlies in Dubai. The Sierra Leone police commences inter-sports meet and will bring you updates on the World Cup. These stories plus more are lined up in this edition of the program. You can be part of it by sending your comments and views to the number 077 20 90 12. The program is Sport Update.
Well, that is the genius of Leo Messi. Olympic record. Michael Phelps drives it lower.
The program is Sports Update. You can add your voice to it by sending your comments and views to the number on your screen and all our social media platforms. We start with our first story. The Sierra Leone Police has commenced their 128-year celebration week with an inter-regional football and athletics personnel from across Sierra Leone converging for the inter-sports meet. Bilkisu Kama has the story.
The facilities, I know it takes time to improve the facilities, but we were able to use whatever is available for us.
This is Sports Updates live on SLBC.
We'll bring you that insight later on in the program, but we continue with one of our headline stories, and it has to do with Leon Stars delegation, which departed Freetown on Sunday for a proposed friendlies in Dubai. Following the outburst of the public on the secrecy surrounding the team's departure, a release from the FA has indicated that a total of 51-man delegation is expected to be in Dubai. It is coming at a time when other sporting disciplines and the Premier League board are financially challenged to carry out their activities. In the studio with me is Paali Sise, a colleague sport journalist who have been following the activities of the national team, Leon Stars. Good morning, Paali, and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning to you, Francis. Good morning to viewers and listeners.
Paali, first of all, when did you notice that the national team has left the shores of Freetown for Dubai?
I think it all started with a rumor that Sierra Leone is going to engage on a friendly matches. But unfortunately, we had two countries they were thinking of, one in Turkey and the Dubai issue. Unfortunately, we came to realize that the Turkey friendly will not go ahead as planned, because when the General Secretary, Christopher Kamara, received correspondence from one of the agency who want to organize the friendly matches, because it involved other African countries, and in Turkey, the Football Association executive met and they discussed. They refused to go with that particular friendly. It was later on agreed on the Dubai friendly when a local agent by the name of Benjamin Godin, who happens to be one of our FIFA agents here in Sierra Leone, or a local FIFA agent, met with one of the international agency, which they agreed. The correspondence was sent to the Sierra Leone Football Association when the executive met and discussed, and they agreed to go with that particular friendly match in Dubai. Unfortunately, but all arrangements were not properly put in place before they left for Freetown on Sunday.
So they according to rumors, because they went without releasing the list. Normally, when they want to go for any international competition, they will put out a release stating the names of players and officials that will be making it, but that's not the situation this time around.
Yes, because all arrangements were not properly completed when the agent wrote a letter to the Football Association, to the local agent Benjamin Godin. What the SLFA did, they had an executive meeting which they discussed about this proposed friendly in Dubai, and the form was filled, because whenever you want to go to friendly matches, you look for a FIFA agent, credible agent, or the FIFA license. When they met and they looked at it, they have that it was a very good package. They filled the form, that they gave their intent of Sierra Leone participating with Rwanda and Nigeria. That was the initial arrangement. But unfortunately, on the 8th of November, there was a correspondence sent by the international agency, and that the date should be on the 15th of November, which Sierra Leone is supposed to play against Rwanda. But when that letter came, the general said it whether failed to or out of absent-minded for him to report the issue to the executive or the president of the Football Association. So when the national team arrived on Sunday, they later on knew that they are not going to play against Rwanda on the 15th, because the correspondence was sent on the 8th that Rwanda will not be able to play on that particular date because they have already spent a long week at Dubai. So they decided to left Dubai instead of them on that particular date. So on the 15th.
There is this piece from Eric Fomba, who is the media person for the NSA in Dubai with the team, and he's now saying that the match scheduled to take place on the 16th will not hold anymore, and Leon Stars will communicate the team they will be playing. It's now evident that they will not play against Rwanda.
Yeah, that's what I want to go beyond what Eric did. He's just doing a PR stuff. So what happened after the failed miscommunication between the international agent and the secretariat of the Football Association? So Leon Stars arrived on Sunday. They're supposed to be on the 13th, 14th. Arrive on the 13th, 14th, they have the match situation training. On the 15th, the match supposed to play. But they realized that because of the letter was sent on the 8th, the general secretary to communicate that to the general to the executive committee member. When they arrived in Dubai, this were some of the controversy around the match for the Rwanda, that Rwanda have already left. They were thinking that they should play on the 16th. Not knowing that Rwanda wrote a letter, Rwanda reports their long stay with the agent that we are not going to play on this date because we have been...
Okay, Pali, let's move ahead. Let's forget about the things that they will be playing. It's now clear that Rwanda will not play against Leon Stars.
Yes, of course.
And that the Algeria team B that will be playing against the Sierra Leone national team. Is this match a FIFA sanctioned match?
Yes, because what happened,
It's
FIFA
the FIFA
opened,
calendar.
it was a short break, the pre-FIFA calendar before the World Cup. The 13th to the 19th was a FIFA break, just a 5 or a week break. So the FIFA calendar on the 13th to the 18th. Anyone played on the 19th under the FIFA calendar is the eve of the World Cup. So FIFA was giving chance. That's why today and tomorrow you have lots of international friendly matches. So FIFA gave this short break for teams to prepare, because the league, some of the leagues in Europe or the top leagues in Europe have a break on Sunday. So they allowed their players to travel on Monday. Teams that or countries that went for the World Cup. So Sierra Leone, we're expecting to play Rwanda on the FIFA calendar on the 15th or the 16th. On the 19th, that the proposed friendly they want to play on Saturday is not under the FIFA calendar. That's why we are playing against the Nigeria B team. That team is the Chan Nations Cup team, or the local Nations Cup team that are going to play in the Chan Championship. They are the under 20. They are going to host the Chan Championship. So this is the problem or the situation around our national team.
Okay, so now let's look at the officials that we are taking to Dubai. This is a concern. Now, if you move around the streets of Freetown, especially where young people, you meet young people, all they are discussing now is the national team Leon Star, especially the delegation, 51-man delegation. I know for sure that Babadi did not make the trip, and you also have one or two other people whose names are on that list that did not make the trip. But we also have people whose names are on that list that are not supposed to be there. We have 51-man delegation, 24 players, and the remaining are officials.
Yes.
51-man
delegation, 24 players and 27 officials. Very ridiculous. But again, this is a long cry we have been calling on the government of Sierra Leone to see reason why we have so many official more than the players. I don't know it's because of the per diem or whatever. But again, as journalists, will continue to be the whistleblower. We're talking about the last time they went with 52 number of delegation to a friendly in Turkey. The flag was raised, but nobody, whether the authority concerned, they want to take action or not. Again, we are saying this same thing. Maybe Because what I need to understand, whenever they are preparing budget, they will send the budget to the Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance will streamline that budget.
So the question is, are they not monitoring whatever they are doing? Because when they go to these friendlies, the dangers about these friendlies is that Sierra Leone is playing with a team that is not. Is playing with the Chan team of Algeria. And once the ranking is out, the FIFA ranking is out, you will see Sierra Leone dropping maybe 3 or 4 places down. This is not good. It affects the ranking of Sierra Leone. Yeah,
we have been crying for friendly matches because we are preparing for the African Nations Cup 2023 in Ivory Coast. We are right bottom on the table, group F, with just a single point. We need to win our two next matches in March, home and away against Sao Tome and Principe. So we are still scouting for players. Yes, indeed. It doesn't mean that because we are calling for friendly matches, we are going to play a low-ranked team or the B team of any nation. We are playing with our A team, our A-tier team. So we're expecting the other nation to give us their A national team. But again, I don't know whether they want to justify the money which they receive from Ministry of Finance and also a number of 51-man delegation. These are all issues we have been talking about. But up till now, since yesterday on social media, mainstream media, we haven't had anything or maybe a statement coming from the authorities concerned. And the
Minister of Sport is almost always among these people traveling to this competition.
Well, what I mean to understand, I think it's an opportunity for him. He was in Ghana. He's part of this delegation. I think on Saturday he will leave from Dubai to Qatar for the World Cup because the opening ceremony, the minister and the director of sport, they'll be in the opening ceremony on the match between Qatar and Ecuador. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Pali. We'll go back to him. In case you're just joining us, you're watching Sports Update live on TV. I am your host, Frances Barnard. You can also be part of it by sending your comments and views to the number 077 20 90 12. We are discussing the friendlies that the national team Leon Stars will take part in over the weekend. They are supposed to play on the 19th against the Algeria National B team. Still with me in the studio is Assistant Commissioner of Police Brahima Kamara, and he's the head of sports in the Sierra Leone Police. But we're going back to the story as they are celebrating their 128 years of existence with an inter-regional football and athletics competition at the Sierra Leone Police Field at Kington. Let's take that story, and from there we'll talk to Commissioner Brahima Kamara.
Prior to 1894, the police force was named the Frontier Police, and on October 27, 1894, was renamed the Sierra Leone Police. Since, they have been organizing their Police Week celebration geared toward recognizing past and present Sierra Leone police personnel for their diligent service. The celebration has attracted a week-long inter-police sports meet. Giving an overview of the National Football and Athletics Sports Meeting, Superintendent Abubakar Kagbo, chairman of the Police Week Committee, said these participants are champions who won the inter-police sports meet in their various regions that will be competing in the National Football and Athletics Sports Meeting. The Deputy Inspector General of Police, Augustine Magnus Kiley, said the police division has made immense gains in serving humanity in the country, and therefore there is a need to reactivate Police Week, and called on all to exhibit sportsmanship behavior, as he considered them all winners. Thereafter, he inspected the officers. The opening ceremony saw a nail-biting clash between Northeast Region and Eastern Region football teams, and the match ended in 1-1 draw. Northeast.
Well, many thanks to Bikisu for that story. Well, with me in the studio is ACP Brahima Kamara, head of sports in the Sierra Leone Police. Now, tell us more about this celebration.
Well, like you rightly stated, thank you for having me here in the first place. Like you rightly stated, we are celebrating 128 years. You know, Sierra Leone, we have a very long, it's a proud history because we are coming from the British people, and it's all boils down to 1800 when we had this British colony. You know, so because they needed people to come and maintain the peace, the magistrate decided that they must appoint some retired officers, and they were brought to Sierra Leone. They were here and they were like taking care of security of the place, But between 1863 and 1888, we had so many skirmishes in the Shabo Highland as well as Koya. And so it was then they decided that one team should be looking after security and the other one should be looking after other issues. And so by 1894, 27th of October, there was one group known as the Civilian Force. That one was transformed and they were taking care of the colony. This is where we find freedom today or Western area. Okay. They were taking care of the colony and then they were named the Saloon Police Force. And that name has been there, save for slight adjustment we did during the structure. We said let's remove the word force because of its negativities. And then we now have Saloon Police. So we came into existence on 27th of October 1894. Okay. And we are still existing.
Okay, so now the Sierra Leone Police, you have teams. You have football team, a female football team. You also have a male football team. You have athletics team. Let's talk about this inter-regional football and athletics competition that you are organizing to mark your celebration.
Yeah, this one is purely police officers. So what we normally do and what is still happening, we firstly try to organize what we call interdivisional. We have 36 divisions. Okay. From Freetown up to the province, we have 36 police divisions. And those ones will play against themselves and then they will come over to the region. Because for them, all the divisions, like for Freetown is alone, Western area, we have 10 divisions. Understand? And then they come up to the regional level, and from that regional level, they now qualify to the national. Okay. And this is what we have been at the national level. So those teams who qualified, they are now here for the national sports. So like Monday we had Eastern region. They played and then they played against Northeast region. That's Makini, Kabbalah, Mongol, all those ones put together. They played against them and then they were eliminated by 5-6. There was a post-game penalty. Okay. And yesterday we had two matches. We had Freetown East playing against Freetown West, and Freetown West defeated Freetown East by 2-0. And then we also had Bo playing against Northwest, and then Bo, well, when I say Bo, I'm talking about Southern region. They also defeated by 2-0. So today, what we are going to have today, we're going to have the semi-finals. Okay. We are in Kenema, that's Eastern region. The best loser. So they are going to come in. So by 2, we're going to have one match, and by 4, we're going to have the final one.
What about the athletics?
The athletics is going to be on Saturday. That's the final day itself. The final day itself is not purely going to be on athletics, field event as well as track event.
Wow. So are we going to see the IG and other top?
Of course, the IG is going to be there, and even the sister forces. Wow. They're also going to compete. They're also going to be part of the athletics. And in fact, tomorrow we're going to have military, we're going to have fire force, we're going to have city council. They're all going to compete tomorrow, football and cricket tomorrow at Kingston Field.
Okay, now talking about football, you had your Sierra Leone Police football team qualifying to the Sierra Leone Premier League. I know you don't want to talk about it, but we are talking about sport and the Sierra Leone Police, and we must talk about the football team of the Sierra Leone Police. But unfortunately, the team is back to Division 1.
Yeah, well, sometimes for some people, they are very frustrated.
And I could recall when you came here and you said
I was boasting.
I cannot. It's good you are saying.
I was boasting.
Yes.
When you going to defeat the bigger teams, but sometimes you see a lot of things and then they come out differently. We did our very best. We are even paying players. One among the teams in Sierra Leone. We are paying our players throughout. Every month we pay them, give them match bonuses when they win games. When they do well, we give them match bonuses. Even when they lose, we give them match bonuses. But this is football.
The competition was
very
strong.
When you are coming from Division 1 and then you come over to Premier, and then you need to have better players. You can just imagine.
Maybe you feel.
was bought for 150 million.
So the Sierra Leone Police, don't you think you could afford that one to buy?
Yeah, we could, but sometimes you have to work within a limited budget. So we worked with that budget, but come what come, we are coming back to the.
You are back to
when you come back to the Premier, things will be different.
You will not go back to Division 1.
No way.
We're hoping for the best for you people. He is ACP Brahima Kama, and he is head of sports in the Sierra Leone Police. Well, they are celebrating their 128th anniversary with an inter-regional football and athletic sports meet. The program you're watching is Sport Update live on TV. I still have with me Pa Alice Cisse in the studio to talk about the national team Leon Stars. Pa Ali, now let's talk about this issue of other competitions. For example, the Sierra Leone Premier League, even those who played the playoffs, they are yet to receive the money that they were promised. And we also have cricket and other sporting disciplines. They have been crying all over the place. But yet we see the national team, Leon Stars, taking money to go for friendlies that we definitely not make any difference to the ranking of our national team.
Thank you, Gatti. You have my big bet on the issue of other sporting association, but not on Salon Premier League. I want to make it categorically clear again. Maybe it will be the 6th or 7th time I'm saying this on here. It is not the responsibility of government to sponsor Premier League in the country. Nowhere in the world. Government will create the enabling environment, creating this playing facility, the recreational facility, the stadium, whatever. But for government to come and sponsor, even in England, which have the most lucrative league in the world, what happened? The league is sponsored by Barclays. It's a corporate houses will come on board and sponsor.
You and I know that you're talking. These are different stories you're talking about.
Well, I'm talking about international best practice.
Yes,
we need to. Sierra Leone is part of.
But if our governments have been coming in to make sure they provide funds for them, they have started it. So
yeah,
they
started it because on the reason, if everything could have been equal, the government of President Mbio could not have done that. What happened? When the president took over the administration, football was not playing for the past 4 years. So a promise the people that we bring football back to life. That's what he did. And he sponsored the Sierra Leone Premier League, Emmanuel Safar Premier League, with 3.5 billion, which is very good. Everybody welcome
and
that.
They have already, I'm sure they have.
But so the FA should not rely. They should go out, meet corporate. We have this mobile companies. We have the other betting. They can go about. Look what happened. Look like Nigeria. Bet365, Bet Nigeria, that's what they are sponsoring in Nigeria.
Sierra Leone, they suspended officials because they work for betting.
Okay, but that report was out. I think is another story for another. But I think we're just talking about other sport associations. Government need to give attention in terms of finance to other sport associations. They are not cricket. They are now preparing for another international competition. I think Rwanda next week or whatever. We are still asking government to support this other position. We should not bank our.
Unfortunately, Sierra Leone hosted the 39th edition
of
Secretary Generals of National Olympic Committees. 54 Secretary Generals from around Africa were here. The Minister of Sport, no member from the Ministry of Sport. The Ministry of Sport was not there. The National Sports Authority, but they are all with the national team to travel to Dubai. Let's go quickly for the text messages. The first one is the corruption surrounding football in Sierra Leone is nothing to write home about. ACC should investigate them. Pablo Dean, Regent Road. And the other one reads, why always football? This is bad. They are wasting our taxpayers' money. The other one is congratulations to our police personnel, but their football club did not perform well in the last Premier League. Pablo Don from Regent Road. And the final one for now reads, we don't have better strikers in the country, and we went ahead to suspend the only good striker. I'm sure they are talking about Musa Tumbo. But Pali, before I come to you, let me go over to you. They are talking about your football team.
Yes. But like you said, we have a lot of sporting disciplines. In terms of cricket, we are always fantastic, doing very well. For the many years we've had in Sierra Leone, every other time we serve police in terms of cricket, we have been winning and we continue to win. So we might not be doing well in one area, but we are doing well in other areas. Okay,
so quickly as we close, let's talk about the finance. How is it going to look like?
Well, it's going to be a convergence of people. Okay. We invited a lot of people, retired police officers, people from military, people from fire force, people from correctional services, and even sport-loving fans. So we are asking...
We've not received our invitation.
Yes, we're going to receive it. We are asking people to converge on Saturday at the Kinton playing field and then let them see wonders.
Of
let
course,
them go and see wonders.
We are not going to ask about security.
Security is going to be 100%. And don't forget, there is going to be a carnival, a night carnival. Yeah, so people are going to sleep there at Kinton.
Alright, thank you very much. He is ACP Boyema Kamara, and he's telling us about their inter-regional football and athletic sports meet in celebration of their 128 years of existence. Quickly, Pali, you've listened to some of our messages. One talking about we don't have enough strikers in the country, and Musa Tomo. But if you look at the list, the names, the regular names that used to play for Leon Stars, they are not in that. They are not part of that list. So I'm not sure even if Musa was not suspended, he would have made that trip.
I think this is a breaking news. Musa Tomo's suspension is going to be lifted next week. I may to understand.
Wow.
They met this week and we have discussed it. It will be his suspension will be lifted very soon.
All right. So thank you very much. Well, with that, we'll bring the curtain down today. For those who want to see Musa Tomo back, we are going to wait until we get it official from the Sierra Leone Football Association. But this is how we say goodbye. And many thanks to ACP Brahima Kamara and also Pali Sise for making it to the program. On behalf of the production team, I have been your host, Francis, and I'm wishing you a lovely day. Goodbye.
My name is Patrick Salia from Freetown, where we cover the impossible or untold stories. At SLBC, we believe that every story from any ethnic boundary is important to us because we seek the news with all our zeal and our might.
We go anywhere to uncover and analyze the impossible.
From the Diamond Ridge district of Kono in Koidu, Semel City, my name is Dauda Kamara.